So welcome to Women in Conservation Wednesdays. Today we're here with Nicola Field, the co-founder of Global Animal Welfare. So Nicola, could you tell me what you're currently working on?
Yes, so I'm the co-founder of Global Animal Welfare. So we are focused on the welfare of animals in wildlife sanctuaries and rescue centres predominantly. But we've been recently working on a few different projects. So we've been running some virtual workshops with a sanctuary WRC in Indonesia. We've been running some collaborative webinar programs, like a series with another welfare NGO, Wild Welfare. And then we're also working with Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, working on their standards. So we've worked on their bear standards. There are 8 standards, and we're just about to help them work on their cetacean standards as well.
That's really cool. The work sounds really interesting. So could you tell me what the aims of your projects or organisations are? Or your organisation?
Yeah, so we're focused the welfare of wildlife in sanctuaries and rescue centres globally. Myself and my fellow co-founder Anne-Marie, we both previously worked in Asia, working for another animal welfare charity, Animals Asia, where we were focused on sanctuary rescue and rehabilitation of bears that have come from bile farms. But we also had a lot of experience working around Asia and also had the opportunity to visit lots of places. So we recognised that there was a need, as it were, to build capacity in wildlife rescue facilities and sanctuaries. So we're aiming at facilitating advice and training to increase potential for successful release, but then also ensuring that animals remaining in captivity can receive the best possible care where they are. There's always that conservation element to this. Obviously, we'd advocate for there to be a situation where no wildlife needs sanctuary, but some do need to stay in captivity, and often they've found refuge in these places because they've been caught up in things like wildlife trade, and so it's so vitally important that those sanctuaries and rescue centres are there and that they get it right as well.
Yeah, definitely. So apart from traveling around Asia, like you said, what inspired you to get into the conservation sector and start doing what you're doing now?
Oh gosh, it's loaded. So many things really. I think just having a passion for wildlife welfare and conservation. I've been working with wildlife for 25 years now. So I had insight and experience, from different settings, whether that was this country. So working as a zookeeper, for example, I studied wildlife biology and conservation at university. We've worked both, in a voluntary capacity, but also in a paid capacity in various different countries, working on projects. So like based in China for a long time, Vietnam, Uganda, Malaysia, Kenya. And also I think education and awareness is really important. So that's been a big part of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that. Sorry. And as you said, you've had the opportunity to travel a lot and work in many different countries. Have you found that being a woman has affected your experiences or your career at all?
I don't know if it's affected. I found it extremely rewarding as a woman working in on different things and in different places. I think it's probably the most exciting thing is it's given me the opportunity to meet and work with some incredible women as well. Well, incredible people, I should say, but many of them are women, and some of them have been real trailblazers in their fields, whether they're biologists or they're veterinarians or conservationists, environmentalists, or all kinds of people in different fields, but all contributing to similar goals at the end of it. So and I think also just working in different cultures, meeting women where perhaps their outlooks have been different, but at the same time people are people wherever they are in the world, and they care about the same things and worry about the same things, and often find the same things important, even if their opportunities or outlooks have been different.
Yeah, definitely. It must be so interesting to get to work in all these different places and have the opportunity to work with so many different people of different backgrounds and cultures. What are some of your favorite memories from those times, or even now?
Gosh, so many really. I suppose also having the opportunity to see and witness or experience some incredible wild places in the world. I think being in different cultures, meeting different people, is really valuable as well. Even though our focus is wildlife, but I think the people part is actually really important. There's lots of things that stand out. I guess things like I can remember the first time I saw a wild elephant in a river in Kenya, and just how much that moved me. But also just from the time I worked in China and actually being involved in a team that helped release a young Asiatic black bear from a snare, which ultimately we were able to release again, was really really important memories. But there's so many.
Yeah, there must be so many. Having obviously mentioned that you had the opportunity to travel to so many places, and thank you for sharing those memories with us. So finally, do you have any tips for people wanting to get into the conservation sector?
I think if you want to do it, you can do it. Some people have told me I've been lucky, but I think sometimes it's about taking advantage of opportunities that present themselves to you. Perseverance, I think sometimes also stepping out of comfort zones is important. And just be determined, and I think getting as much experience as possible is really valuable. And sometimes that does involve volunteering your time to get that experience. And I appreciate that sometimes is very difficult if people, especially if they're studying and they need to earn some money as well. But where possible, just seize the opportunities that come your way and gain as much experience as possible.
Yeah, thank you for that. That advice is really useful, especially for people like me who I'm in my second year of university. So obviously that advice is really great to hear. Thank you for chatting with me today. I really enjoyed listening to what you had to say about your experiences in the field.
No, it's a pleasure.